Will this thing work like this? Right? I'm not sure I'm on the right path because people will discourage you. People will tell you, you're wasting your time. They are deceiving you people. My spiritual mentor, when I started following him, I remember my dad said, oh, all these people are deceiving people. We know how we raise you people. The spiritual power we used to grow you people, you know, come, you see, I read Pentecostal. Just deceiving you. Of course, my story changed. Remember the day my dad visited me, and it was Sunday, we went to church. So after service, I said, Dad, the Shokoro Baba you said I was deceiving myself, you are eating out of the benefits. You are eating part of the benefit of following that Shokoro Baba now. Right? And that's the way life works. When you start your journey, sometimes your best family members will be the one to work to discourage you. They'll tell you it doesn't work. Don't waste your time. Don't deceive yourself. Right? These people are trying to deceive you. They've made money. Now they are trying to tell you what. But listen, if you are disciplined enough, years from now, you look back and say, I'm glad I did. By the grace of God, I'm privileged to host the same man that taught me that I read his book, Robert Kiyosaki. Well, it's 25,000 for 1 hour. Yes. One of the mentors is Grant Cardone, 50K for 1 hour. One of the mentors, Del Maxwell, 35K. $1,000 for 1 hour. Tell your neighbor, anything of value comes with a cost. It comes with a cost. Today, people, everybody, I want you to be my mentor. Okay? Even those who mentor me is not free. Right? I have had to pay the cost to attract their mentorship. You are hosting Robert Kiyosaki in October, you should be part of it. So we pay that much, and we're now breaking it down to say pay $250. Some people will say $250. And we say, too expensive. We didn't get it here by luck. We paid or served our way. Write it down. We didn't get here by luck. We paid or served our way. Write it down and send to Mercy so that my people can. I always try and note my special quotable code so that they can send it to the people. Another powerful thing, so I'm going to share some things in my slide. I want to share some powerful things with you here. Number one, it's called protocol. If you are going to become a successful property salesperson, you must master protocol. Can everyone shout protocol? Protocol. One of the protocol of wealthy people, and why am I saying this, by the way? Let me say this. If you can master the art of attracting rich people, you're a successful salesman. There is nothing complicated. Right? Being able to sell property, it has no magic. I know rich people, I'm selling. I know poor people, I can't sell. Simple, no two way. So what I should spend energy on is, how can I attract rich people? Am I making sense with you? For example, seminars like this now, my goal is not to attract you who buy my property. My goal is to attract those of you who eventually sell our own property. But I have to tell you what I know. Else you will just be calling all your village people who don't have money, say I sell property now. They won't buy, and I've wasted time and resources trying to educate you. One of the protocols of successful people is punctuality. In fact, it's rude to be late. Rude to be late. Rude. In fact, what many of us do is come earlier than the time we are due. When I go meet some of my mentors, I come earlier. And their people will have to tell them the guy came early. But do you know what it has done? Sometimes it's intentional to change their perspective. They'll tell you, you have to wait till the time he gave you. But their mind, this guy gets it. Not the one that, 15 minutes. In fact, we were like alive. It was rain. We were like alive. It was traffic. God is my witness. Protocol of what? Punctuality. Successful people are successful because they have mastered how to use their time. You know, we all have 24 hours. How come Bill Gates is making more? Okay, let's Google it. The richest man in the world, how much does he make per second? Quickly, Google it. The richest man in the world, how much does he make per second? Can Google it? Take your phone, type it. The richest man in the world, how much does he make per second? Yes, please go ahead, speak. $3,750. $15 per second. How much per minute? Can take it per minute? Let's multiply by 6. Per minute.
That's 220,000.
It's beginning to shock you, Abby.
220,900.
200 and 900. It's shocking you. You are probably thinking you made a mistake. How much per hour? It's getting interesting. We have not talked per day. So you understand how people become wealthy. Yes? Per hour. 5 million. 349,600 per hour. Wealthy people make money per hour. Poor people make money per month. And I say that again, let me write that quote down. Wealthy people make money per hour. Poor people make money per month. Say my salary. I can kill you if they don't get a salary. My salary, you've not paid me. You're wicked man. You can't be rich. Which is why if you see a rich man, there's a sense of urgency. Have you noticed? Sense of urgency. Sense of urgency. Sense of urgency. The level of sense of urgency I have now, sir, is crazy. It was just like yesterday I got back to Nigeria. I said I have 1 month. Next week I'm out of the country. Sense of urgency because everything is planned. We're already planning 2022, all the events for the year. Protocol. So once you understand the protocol of what? Being punctual, you can access wealthy people. What other protocol should you know to access rich people? So that you can sell to them. Isn't it? The ultimate goal is to what? Sell to them. The protocol of what? Who can tell me another protocol? Rich people. Consistency. Protocol of consistency. All wealthy people, right, will deal with those who are consistent. In fact, let me give you an example. If you come to me and Dr. Stephen, I need us to do social transaction. You know, one of the first things I want to research. How long have you been doing it? How long? You can't tell me, I started brokerage 6 months ago, and yet you want me and you to be doing. It's not possible. You don't even know what your business is in 6 months. You are just getting to understand it. And this is what our generation don't understand, because we are young, we are millennial, we are Gen age, we are So we don't understand that the older generation will say, no, if I can see that you have been concerned for 4 years, my rule is 4 years. I must see that you've been doing the same business for 4 years. If you can do it, I respect you. Because it's never easy. Never easy. Somebody posted something, was it yesterday? He said, I do not understand why somebody divorced somebody for infidelity only to go and become the second wife of another man. Like, what is the issue? The most confused generation is our generation. Most confused, like, there's so much information, yet we are just messed up. Messed up. We cannot be consistent. The real issue, if you research, is just that we cannot just learn to be with one person for a long time. We will always find something to use to break up. Right? I'm not doing it again. And that's why we're not making progress. Because it takes time. I was on radio yesterday, somebody said, you've seen a lot of this masterclass. People come, but what is the proof that when they come for your own, their life will change? I said, there is no proof. I said that I will open them up with a journey. Because what it took me 13 years, they can't do it in 2 hours. I'll be lying to tell you that in 2 hours, you are now a billionaire in real estate. Sir, I'm sorry, it doesn't work that way. But I told her, I said, today's training opens that door, starts that conversation. Does it make sense at all? Brings you to now understand that, okay, this is the right channel. Somebody said that once you know where you are going, you are halfway there. The biggest problem is direction. But if you can be consistent in something, then you're on the way to the top. So when the people want to buy property from you, we ask you, young man, how long have you been doing property? How long? And they say 6 months. No. There are people who've known us, are we together now? For the last 2 years, they didn't buy from us. It was this year they bought. Because something is telling them these guys are consistent. So please, if you go and if you are joining us or you're already part of us, make up your mind you're going to stay in this business. One of the most successful ladies in brokerage in Nigeria, her name is Funke Kende. We both started some of our event, right? She's the president of REMS, Saturdays REMS. One thing she was saying, she said, I've been into this property brokerage for 15 years. Can you say 15 years? And you are wondering why she's the president of other brokers. Started our own brokerage company for women. Millionaire, rents, means realtors, something, right? Huh? Real estate.
I can also have the billionaire.
DRG, right? The billionaire realtors. But when you look at some of those guys, they themselves who started it have been consistent for a while. So this is not, I start today, I check out tomorrow. That is not how to become successful. Number 2, so the first thing I want to teach you today is what is protocol, isn't it? Another protocol we taught you what? Punctuality, consistency. Okay, as part of the protocols that you need to have. But there are several other protocols. You can get more in my latest book called The Billionaire Habits. Okay? But number 2 thing I want to share with you before I go into my slide that you must have if you are going to be a successful property broker. By the way, how many of you have been selling property so far? You're selling property. How many of you have sold 5 million before since you've been selling property? Total sales 5 million. And that's the answer. Total sales 5 million. Total sales 10 million. 20. 30. You've not done 30 yet, but you've done over 20 million. Right? So it's safe to say you're all novice. Right? Because if you are not yet, I can call you a master. So I think we should remove Masterclass from this class. Because Masterclass is for those who are already, who are masters in the game. Because I do billions now in real estate sales. Right? I have a particular week in Dubai, I did 2 million in 1 week. Right? So, where do we start from? Well, let's start. Number 1 is protocol. Number 2 which is also very, very important. I have never taught this in the series I've been doing this, but I felt I needed to share it in this class. It's called humility. Humility. Some of the best property brokers I've ever seen are very humble and they are confident. Now there's a challenge there. People struggle to balance that. Humility and confidence. People struggle. It's like they don't know it. Right? And I will say, confidence is your ability, right, to communicate, right, or to relate in a very affirmative way. Communicate or relate in a very affirmative way. For example, how are you, sir? I'm looking at your eyeball to eyeball and I'll say, how are you? But remember, I say, yes, sir. Humility is the ability, in my own definition, to be courteous in all your dealings. Humility is not prostration. No. Humility is to be courteous. Courtesy. Courtesy. One of the powerful magical words in courtesy is what? Thank you. Please. I'm sorry. I love you. And what's the fifth one? Thank you, right? Which one? Or I beg your pardon, or please. Which one? There are 5 magical words. You should Google it. Excuse me. Excuse me. So excuse me, thank you, I'm sorry. Sir, I love you. And then there are 5. Know those words and use them very well. I've seen situations where I'm telling people they are wrong, and what they thought I want to hear is argument as true. And all they needed to say is, I'm sorry, and the case is over. That's all. I told them, no, sir, it was due to traffic. You are late. You are late. Oh, I'm so sorry. In fact, what will make me to probably forgive easily is you admitting you're wrong. Sir, I left the house late. I had an experience with some of our staff today. We agreed they were supposed to be here 8 a.m. Right? And they were not here 8:30, 9. I was there 8 a.m. I told them it's wrong against our culture. I sent them back home. That's why you notice you are on staff. Sign up. Suspension. Easy. Right? Now, what did I expect from some of them? Some of them said it was traffic. It was not traffic. I knew I would probe it down. Okay, when did you leave? 7:30. Now you are making it worse. You cannot leave on Monday 7:30 and be here 8 and then lie on traffic. Now again, you've added integrity to the issue. You see how many of us complicate the issue? From issue of punctuality, now you've added that you lack integrity. Because there was no way you could leave 7:30 and you're here. So what is humility? Sir, I want to sincerely apologize. I definitely apparently left late. Usher now. You can take the other door. Right? I left late. Does that make sense at all? I left late. We should have, I'm so sorry, sir. We should have left the office as probably 6 a.m. because we left 7:30. I'm sincerely sorry. I was wrong. Yeah. Case closed. Right? But you now want to go over and over and over. So humility is being courteous. That's why the best way I can define it is courtesy and you understanding the 5 magical words. Because part of it is to learn to say, I am sorry when you are wrong. I'm sorry. He will not take anything from you. He will not take anything from you. One of my friends used to say, he said, if I come to your house and I prostrated to get what I want to get, by the time I'm looking at, did anybody know I prostrated? They didn't know. What they know is that I left with a gift, or I left with something, or I now got what I need to get. And many of us, there's a story we will never know the answer to get to heaven. about Obasanjo prostrating for Atiku. Who remember that story? You don't remember, we know you're young. Where were you born? 1999, or 2001. So you know the story, don't worry, don't try to defend it. Right? But it's a story that we keep hearing. Now we still don't know till tomorrow whether it was key or not. But that's an example. If that story was true, Obasanjo is a very clever man. Because I prostrated for you in private just to get a second term, which was the so-called story. Right? What matter was I got the second term. Who cares whether I prostrated? And you can be saying it when you are in beer parlor joint. But the reality is that I was a president for 2 terms. Huh? The goal was achieved. We must learn that because as a realtor, right, sometimes that is often the position we find ourselves. I sold the land. They said the document will be ready on time. It's not ready. All I need to do is to say, sir, I am sincerely sorry. Right? I thought the company would have prepared it. They promised me, but sir, there is no excuse. Blame it on me. Is that not better? That says, you know, I'm not the company. You know, company different. You know, I fought for you. I am sorry. I'm sorry. Humility is one of the biggest things in it. Right? Biggest things in it. Some of us allow ego. And I think it's because of the word confidence. Because you cannot sell real estate without being what? You can't. You have to be a confident person. So some of us just then assume confidence means, for example, I give an example. I'm not a fan of President Buhari. But if I'm meeting President Buhari today, humility teaches me to know that, first of all, that is my president for that time. If my head is correct, I must respect him full 100%. I may leave the room now and say, our president head no correct. But while I'm with him, Your Excellency, sir, GCFR, Grand Commander of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari. We come there and say, who is he? Are we learning at all? The same thing. Because sometimes, for example, you are face to face to market somebody, they've told you the most demeaning, evil things about the person. And if you're not careful, it reacts in your actions. Yet you need the person to buy property from. So you still have to genuinely understand the place of humility is a virtue I must develop. They don't give back to people with humility. It's a choice. I was listening to the Oni of FIFA. How many of you are Oduduwa here? Who's here? The Yorubas. Any Yoruba? Yoruba. So I was listening to the Oni of FIFA, and he was saying that people were shocked that he had to go and be greeting so-called smaller kings as far as the throne is concerned. We went to visit the Awujale of Ijebu, went to visit even the Taoja of Osogbo, a lot of these kings. Right? We all know that in Yoruba land, the belief is that everybody came from Oduduwa, and the Oni is like the #1 king. So what was supposed to happen, those other kings were supposed to come and greet the Oni, not the other way around. But he said no. He looked at it and said to himself, first of all, in age, these people are older than me. Right? In age, they are older than me. Second of all, by the virtue of when they became king, they were also what? Older. If somebody had been king 5 years before me, 10 years before me, 20 years before me, is it not common sense to at least respect the fact that he started before me? So for him, based on that fact alone, he decided to go and greet them. But do you know that just that virtue is one of the powerful reasons why Oni is so loved? Right? Not just because of his truth. People just admire the fact that he's so humble. As a businessman now, if I go and meet Oni in his palace and tell him I need him to come for commissioner of our estate, he will. He will say, who is this young man? When did he start, sir? You are the Oni. Powerful virtue that we must what? We must speak. And when you see real successful people, they are very humble. I've seen many people tell me, Dangote is so down to earth. One of the meekest guys you'll find. Many of these rich people is you, that because of the paraphernalia, right? If I'm moving now, I have my own small escorts. So if you don't talk to me and you see my ODD and my, and all of that in your mind, sit down, right? but you're judging by that. When you get closer, you realize that most successful people are very humble. In fact, they got there because of humility. I was watching a video and it was talking about Kobe Bryant. Who knows Kobe Bryant? Right? The footballer. And the guy said I think he's a journalist or something. Yeah, basketballer. I think the guy was sharing this story. I think he's a journalist, like maybe basketball journalist or something. I said he went to one of those events and then saw Kobe Bryant and he was so gracious. As gracious, he agreed to take a picture. And again asked him, what makes Kobe Bryant? Right? And he said, well, because I work harder than everybody else. So again, I asked him, and he's very smiling, humble. So again, I asked him, can I come for your training? Will you be gracious? He said, okay. He said, but quite early. I trained very early. He said, no problem. What time? He said, 4:30. So I'll be there. So, I mean, because it's a huge opportunity for you to come and see Kobe Bryant train. Now, Kobe Bryant has 4:30 training schedule with his trainer. He said he then said, let me go early, so he said he got there by, ladies and gentlemen, 4 a.m. He saw Kobe Bryant already training. The guy had been there around 3 minutes after. His trainer is not there yet, though. He said what now even shocked him the most? Kobe Bryant was busy doing the basic thing. The basic thing, like he expected that Kobe Bryant and you'll be doing some of the stunts. So if, for example, basic thing in football is just doing like this, right? Rather than dunking the ball, I'll just give an example. That was the basic thing he saw him doing for hours till the trainer even got to him. So he said, after the training, he said, why do you do the basic? He said, I do the basic. Doing the basic is what made me the best in the world. Doing the basic. So why are many property brokers not doing well? You don't want to do the basics. What's are the basics? Go do inspection. Show the property you are selling. That's the basics. Do the video of the property you are selling. Go and do Facebook adverts, Instagram adverts. Pick up the phone. You probably generated 200 leads. Pick up the phone and call. Basics. You wonder why our company is growing. Me, Stephen Actor, MD CEO, I still give myself sales target. MD CEO. I still do the basics. I have 300 staffs. I'm still doing the basics of training you now. Basics. Doing the basics. So, but many of us as property broker, the day you make your first 50 million, say our level has changed, at this point, we're big now. And it's one of my biggest frustration with those who work for me. Sometimes I sit there and I say, Oga, I need to pay your salary. And you are this relaxed. I don't understand. I don't get it. How can you be this relaxed? I pay your bills. And you're just so relaxed. You're so contented, so easy. Guess when I woke up this morning? 4 years. After 3 actually. Somebody else. In fact, by 7 years, I wish I don't have a job. I would have just slept till night. A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the arm, so shall poverty come like an armed man. If you want to be a great property broker, do the basics. Don't forget that. So write it down, do the basics. Do the basics. What are the basics? Go to video of the land. Do inspection. You need to see me do inspection. One day, and I thank God we did that. It was a land we were to buy. The man had assumed that this thing, at this time, they say they go US, UK, Dubai. These are not going to enter bush. He was shocked. And of course, I'm often white, quite well dressed. So he said, I thought we would stay here. I said, no, let's walk the entire thing. Before you know it, you start discovering issues. And this one is not done. This land is not this way. These other people, they are already encroaching. In fact, the man was shocked. He even said it. He said, I never believe you entered that bush. And I felt, hey, big man. And you just look at it from outside and say, yeah, your surveyor should go. I said, no, I will enter. You try and sell land to me, I will enter everywhere. I'm not a big man. Big man is title. My age mate is Mark Zuckerberg. Abi? Who be my age? It's here that we allow little things get into our head. Little success is still has entered. Little success. You know, as a matter of fact, God will help us. Next slide. Are we learning at all?
Yes, sir.
So I'm Stephen Akintaya. I started our company 13 years ago with 1,000 naira. And we're a multi-billionaire corporation with office in US, UK, Dubai, and Africa here. We're into real estate, logistics, e-commerce, farming, and so on and so forth. Next. I've written 36 books. So my latest book is called The Billionaire Habits. Powerful book you must get. Last year I got an honorary doctorate degree. My awards are piling up by the day. I think I'm rejecting awards now. Next. You know, in Nigeria, even if you don't do much, everybody wants to give you an award. And there's just no entitlements in awards. Face the job.
Global Company Brokers Conference. Dr. Stevens with me. This guy is amazing, phenomenal human being. Okay, I got 10,000 people in Nigeria watching this today. You can see this right here. I got my little light set up. I'm in Miami.
This is our annual event. How many of you were there this year? May at Landmark Event Center. You were there. The rest of you are not there. Next year you must be there from I think the 2nd to the 4th. And guess what? We're bringing Grand Kadon this same month. It's coming physically for this event. We're also bringing, you can clap. We're also bringing Obokizaki physically. We're bringing all of them. They will be costing us for Grand Kadon $200,000 to bring it. We're bringing. Yeah. We're bringing. Now these are the kind of endorsement I like, not the award I give. Because this man is done over $3 billion. And if the man can say, Dr. Stephen is an amazing man, okay? Now I think I'm amazing. Because that's a billionaire in dollars saying, and by the way, if you don't understand what we say, $3 billion, that's 1.5 trillion. It's all of you. When we put it in dollars, it doesn't look big. I hope that makes sense. 1.5 trillion. And this man did $1 billion on social media. He raised it on social media. That's what, with advent of social media, you can't tell me you are not selling something. You can't tell me a property broker if nobody is buying. The man is over 60. In fact, he's said to be the most active person on social media. Over 60. You're in your 20s, 30s, 40s. You can build wealth. You say, I don't know how to crack it. There are videos. We've done some videos on YouTube. digital phone, subscribe to the YouTube, and select TV on YouTube. Subscribe and watch these videos. How to do adverts. But you can do it. Does it make sense? You can follow the other entrance. Right? Next slide. Next. Now, here's a testimony. When I started mentoring people, my goal was to raise thousandaires because I just started doing millions in my business. And later I moved up and I had a goal to raise millionaires rather. And right now, I'm glad to say I've started raising billionaires. And the first testimony is one of them. He says, can we read it from Yes Sir? 1, 2, go everybody.
Yes, sir. I started during the pandemic last year.
And I've sold 2 billion naira out of real estate. 2 what? You can look for the guys on social media. This is Instagram inbox. 2 billion. Can everybody say 2 billion? Because some of you are afraid of calling huge money. Say 2 billion.
2 billion.
Say 10 billion.
10 billion.
Say 1 trillion.
1 trillion.
But some people are afraid of calling money. Okay, you are afraid. Some people are afraid. Say, too much to call. We sold over 2 billion worth of real estate. And I have 2 coaching programs. I have the free one, which is the one I will focus on this class to talk about. Then I have the paid one. If I have some guys who are just signing up for my paid one, right, where you can join. Even the paid one is $20,000, I then reduce it to $10,000. Then I have to reduce it now to $2,000. Where if you want to start your own real estate business, I can mentor you and help you on that journey, right? But you can't afford those ones, no problem. Let's start with this free one. Life is in phases, men are in sizes, leave your size per time. Does it make sense at all? Because people who are counting billions is because they attended those kind of trainings that definitely open you up to another level. Because knowledge is not a destination, it's a journey. Success is not a destination, it's a what? It's a journey. One day, somebody here will send this kind of message.
Amen.
I thought some of you are not loud guys, like you don't believe. Next slide. How do you become a successful property broker? So, I've given you 2 already, right? Number 1 is protocol. Number 2 is what? Humility. Next, number 3 is know your product and make research a habit. Kofi Annan is the former Secretary General of UN. He says, knowledge is power. Information is liberating. Education is the premise of progress in every society, in every family. Dan Locke, a very great motivational speaker, said, the amount of money you are making is directly proportional to how deep you understand your marketplace pain and how to help relieve the pain. Your job as a property broker is to relieve the pain of people who want to buy property. Make it easy for them. Right? Make their life sweet. Help them to be able to get property with ease. That's your job. But for you to do that, you have to know your industry. You have to do research. What is the problem of people who want to buy property in Nigeria? You have to know. Why are they not buying? Why are they losing money? What is the headache? What is the C of O? Right? Must everybody have to buy a land with C of O? Do your research. Are we together now? How do I know whether I bought a genuine land? These are things you have to do your research. I'll share a few research we did that made our company to grow by more than 500%. Can everybody say 500%? 500%. Come on, 500%. 500%. Yes. We did a research and helped our company to grow by more than 500%. Because we did the research. Right? Are you ready to hear about the research? Number one research we discovered was the biggest money in real estate is with Nigerians in diaspora. Can you say diaspora? Yes, not Nigerians in Nigeria. The biggest, in fact, when I do adverts, I do not target those in Nigeria. I'm not kidding you. I don't even target Nigeria. And this is a big game changer for our company when we understood this. Okay? So, those in diaspora is the key target. Now, why? I did some research and I realized that as of that year, $5 billion comes to Nigeria. Billion. 5 billion. As I did last year, I think it increased. You can check diaspora remittance. Can somebody Google it? Nigerian diaspora remittance. Google it. I discovered it kept growing. So my eye opened that they are the ones that I needed to target. But what was their problem? Trust. Trust is so big a problem that they do not even trust their father, their mother, their cousins, their siblings. They don't trust. Because all of them have scammed them. Yes. They scam them. Do you know some sibling will scam them by partnering with their parent? Mommy is sick. You know, and that 2 million you sent for land, we need to use it, else mommy will die. No, mama no sick. So they've seen so much that they don't trust anybody. So what did we do, GTEX? We said going forward, we will stream every property we are selling. We will stream it. If we do recording, you say we manipulated it. So we'll go live on Zoom, we'll stream. Now we do allocation on Zoom. GTEX started it. I thought you clapped for GTEX. When the client will join on Zoom, and when we call her name, BC Adeyinka plot 20 present. Right? The people doing our on site, she is joining us from anywhere in the world and can see for herself. And that changed. By last year, we did more than 500% increase in sales. Just because of understanding this. Another problem we also researched and discovered existed. Some of them cannot trust family members to even collect the document. You know, it's another thing to say, I'm paying direct to company. Now again, to even collect document, they give family member refuse to release. May God help us in Nigeria. Say amen. No? Our integrity. So we partner with DHL, and we say anywhere in the world, including Afghanistan, we send your document. No need for third party. Family doesn't need to come. We send the document to you. That was another game changer. Game changer. But remember, we have to understand the marketplace what? Pain. And how to help relieve the what? The pain. If we didn't do that research, we will not be selling. So do your research. Know your products are. How many square meter makes an hectare? Who can tell me? Hectare. Now you want to sell real estate. How many square meter makes an hectare? Hey! Hey! Didn't make them more. How many square meter makes an hectare? Hectare. H, not A. You just Google it, my dear. What's your name? Joy. You Google it. You need to know this. You see why we are not selling? Because most people who can afford to buy property from you are older and more experienced. That's why if you are doing diaspora. Right? And once you are already dragging, they are not confident about you. Now, how many square meters is it? One day I was on phone and one of our marketers was talking to another customers, and I overheard the conversation. The house the person wanted to buy, they said, is it freehold or leasehold? I said, it's freehold. It was Dubai property. It's the indigenous that they do leasehold. God said, no, that's wrong. It should be the indigenous they do freehold and not indigenous. After the calls, I corrected the person, told her to call the person back. Do you know the client is still living back? Because actually it was a freehold. But just because of the disparity, the person didn't. What will have caused the person to say, sir, can I get back to you? Right, let me confirm and I get back to you. There's nothing wrong, but sometimes I want to show. Say, we know this thing. If you don't know, you don't know. Are we learning at all? So do your research, learn about what you're selling, and tomorrow, by the way, all of you should be around for the inspection going on tomorrow. We're touring all our property in Ibeju-Lekki. Be there, right? You don't know what you are selling. How can you be selling a property and all you are doing is sharing flyer? You've not even seen it. Doesn't make sense. If the customer begins to say something negative, how can you even defend the company? You know, nowadays it's easy to say rubbish about anybody on social media. What if someone says, I just heard somebody say something about the company that you said is selling this, and that they are fake, they are foreign. How can you defend? But if you are there, all you do is send a video and say, ma, this is me on the land. So if somebody is telling you the land doesn't exist, this is me, I was there, I saw it, and see my video. And some people, I've even seen customers who will say something that wasn't real, just to hear from you. Which company? I heard those people are 400. The person, he just want to hear you. I heard those people are 400. I heard they are thieves. Now you are now muted. Say, ma, who told you? How you do? Because even you too, you are not too sure of the company you are selling. You didn't do your research. You didn't go to say, okay, this property are real. This thing they are selling is there. Many brokers will come to you and say, sir, I'll never sell for any company again. What my eye has seen, they deceive is a lie. You didn't do your research. Know for yourself. No, you are just after commission. Number 3, number 4, right? Number 4, next. Build a trustworthy personal brand. Build a what? Now I shared a couple of things in the last class, but I'll change it here. The first way to build a trustworthy personal brand, use educational method instead of marketing. Educational method of marketing. Now, what is educational method? One of the educational methods is to start doing educational contents. For example, hello guys, my name is Stephen Akita, 1 minute video. Today I want to tell you about land documents, and this is part 1. This part 1, I will be telling you the meaning of a deed of assignment. A deed of assignment is a legal document that transfers land from the owner to the new buyer. I hope you've learned something new today. Of course, I'm Stephen Akinta, your trusted partner when it comes to property investment. I'm here to help you own a property, blah, 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 yeri. Please close. Have you learned something at all? Yes. When you use this method, sir, you are building a trustworthy brand. Because first of all, one of the things that does is that they are now knowing you as a person. You are presenting yourself as an expert, not as a salesman. Expert, professional. Say, this person, do you know, one of the biggest breakthrough I had was when I started doing this. People will now start calling me. Sir, I bought one land somewhere. Can I send you a copy of the deed they sent to me? Oh, let me even know whether it's correct. Oh, can you? Do you see? Before you know, someone will say, sir, next time I'm buying, it's you. It's you. You really know this thing. All these things you taught me, they didn't teach us. They didn't even tell us. They're just collecting money, collecting. You see how you reposition yourself. Because now you're a trainer. 90% of my customers see me as their coach. 90%. Because I use educational marketing method. I will teach you. I will now tell you, if you want to buy, no problem. If you don't want to buy, it's still okay. But at least you have learned something from me. Right? This man is coming all the way from Spain. I'm sure, except for my book you bought on Amazon.
Yes, remember.
Right? I'm not sure we've ever done transaction before.
No.
Why are you here?
I'm here because I've been getting value through YouTube, Facebook, and from your.
All the way from Spain. If I was humble when I said, what do you come to Nigeria for? It's really, I want to, like, really, according to him, he came because of me. I'm saying, you didn't even tell me you're going to Nigeria. What do you need to see me? Because of what? Educational marketing. There's nothing that beats this method. There are several other methods to sell or to build a personal brand, but education. Because once you are the teacher, remember, people buy from those they know, they like, and they what? They trust. Once you are the one teaching me, okay, I know if you don't like me. Yeah. Let's send you out of this class right now.
But you know that it's not possible for you to be in this class and not like this is practically impossible. Right? So also it's not possible for you to be in this class and not know me. If you didn't know me before you got here, now you know me. So you see how training is ticking all the boxes.
Also, because of the training, it's impossible for you not to trust me. Because of the depth of insight that I've opened you up to. So people buy from those they know, they like, and they trust. And when you use educational marketing, you are now building that trustworthy personal brand. People are saying, that guy, I know him, he's a great guy, I want to connect with him. You are literally having people meet other people to try and put pressure to meet you. One person was in my office, came all the way from London. Apparently, he was trying to also meet me. It's shocking how people just fly like that and want to meet you. So maybe he was trying, he couldn't. He was now talking to his niece. And that one happened to be my tailor. He said, Dr. Stephen, I can get you. And tailors are powerful. Papa, she started me up, have an uncle of mine, he wants to. Meanwhile, technically, the guy even needed money from me, not that he needed me to invest in something. I think he said he's an investor. He wants to, Of course, in hours, he got appointment. Right? Only to come, he was sir, can I take selfie? Sir, it's a privilege. He said, while he was waiting to see me, he called some of his friends. And I said, where are you? He said, Dr. Stephen, I keep out of I'm about to say, how? He said, I told you people, faith, believe. He was already bragging with his own colleagues that he was about to say, I was just like, oh Lord. So, but that only happened because of you have built a trustworthy personal brand. Another way to build a trustworthy personal brand is integrity. Say integrity. Right? It's difficult in this part of the world. Come on, shout louder. Is it the AC? You should use the AC. Can you shout integrity?
Integrity.
It's very difficult to build integrity in this part of the world. Very difficult. Right? Very difficult. Very difficult. But if you can build it, you're on your way to the top. Nothing can buy it. A good name, the Bible says, is better than what? Silver and gold. This is a good name. Let people know that if they buy property from you, that property is secure. They will get that no matter what. You will go extra mile to make sure you deliver. To make sure you don't fail them. Of course, it doesn't mean there won't be issues, but when there are issues, you communicate it. Right? I'm sorry this has happened, but we are working on it. We had a subsidiary that they had some hacking issue, right? They use recharge and bill portal. The losses of over 14 million. I told my dad, I said, first of all, that 14 million we are replacing it. No single customer, money must be missing. We'll pay. But second of all, go and communicate it to them. Their customer, we are sorry. They say, no, it will make us look bad. It will make us look incompetent. It will make us look... I said, you have to. Next time, you should make sure we do everything that is not... You have to. You even lose reputation if you don't communicate it. You lose it even more. If things go bad, communicate it. But tell them, I promise we'll rectify. That is how to build a good man. Are we learning at all? Because in this part of the world, something has gone bad. You just keep quiet as if the person is a fool. You say nothing. You expect, no. Communicate it. We're sorry, we cannot go ahead based on this that we have said. Next. Constant training and role play. Constant what? Training and what? Role play. I need 2 volunteers to come out. 2 volunteers. Okay? 2 volunteers to come out. Beautiful. Yeah? You can go back. You didn't come out on time. When they say 2 volunteers to come on like a military man. Jump up! Okay? Now that you are still struggling. So here's a pen. I want you to market it to him. This is your cup.
Okay. Let's assume I met.
There's nothing to assume. Just market the pen.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Jide Paul.
Put the mic closer. So
My name is Jide Paul. I said this pen. I'm very sure you are going to like it. It doesn't cost much. You get value for it, I promise. Where?
Okay, can we give feedback? What do you think he did wrongly? Right, that he could do better. Anybody? What could he do better? Yes, let's start.
In the first place, he did not create any room
for dialogue.
Yes, for the prospective buyer to feel at home.
Yes.
He just introduced himself.
Just went straight. Come and buy. Okay, somebody else?
I think he has not told me what the pen can do differently. The quality of what the value of what is different.
Exactly. He's yet to talk about the benefits of the pen. Okay? But more importantly that I wanted to hear from you, he's not confident. He wasn't confident about the whole thing. Right? Like I told you, we have problem in Africa because they tell you don't look at somebody in the eye. Meanwhile, if you're dealing with international people, British, American, do you know that the rule says that if you don't look at me in the eye, you are lying? That once you are not looking at me in the eye, you are not doing it because you are lying. It's how their own psychology detects when you are lying. So when you practice some of our Nigerian culture, right, internationally in business, what you don't even know is that you are losing credibility. Because people are seeing you as somebody they can't trust, as somebody who probably is shady. So when you're meeting people, eyeball to eyeball, shake them firmly. My name is Stephen Akintayo, right? What's your name, sir? Right? I'm into the sale of so pen that can do this, that can do this. Are you in any way involved in training, development, and learning? If the person says, no, I'm not. Do you know somebody who is? Yeah, I think I know a few. In fact, I have 20 people I know who are teachers. Oh, beautiful, sir. Do you know that you can make money from that? Extra income. and say what you charge for those sessions. Right? Since you have a larger database, we're wholesalers of properties, of pen, and we can be distributing to you wholesale, and you make extra income selling. You see how you move it from turning him to a buyer to becoming a sales machine for you. Everybody is a potential customer. Tell your neighbor, everybody is a potential customer. It's either they can be the direct client, right, or they can refer you to those who can afford. Right? Can you clap for them? Thank you. I'm giving you my book, Maximizing Real Estate Investment, the e-book. So give my PA your email and they'll send it to you. I'm giving my pen back. Have you learned something at all? Now, this role play, you must do it every day. There's something called the 10,000 hour rule that says that you only move to the top 10% of your field when you are putting 10,000 hours. Now, that means that if you put 8 hours every day into real estate, it will take you 7 years to move to the top 10%. Now, what is the fate of those of you who don't put in 7 hours? Now, it doesn't mean you will be poor for 7 years. It's saying that you rise to the what? Top 10% in 7 years. And that rule is true. These are 6 years as a property developer. Watch out next year, which will be at 17. Watch out. You see why some of you want to go into real estate, and if it doesn't work in 2 years, I'm gone. You see that you are deceiving yourself. Because it takes a while to become that Iroko tree that you need to become. It takes a while. What do I mean? By next year, our C-suite executives are resuming, right? And they're all expatriates. The list of them are about 20 years in their field. Genius, experienced guys who have worked with multinationals, who are taking over operations of what we do. Because we are trying to build 25,000 houses. It takes exposure. Right? Also brought us here, but now we need to then standardize with top professionals. The cheapest of them is collecting 4 million per month. Right? Cheapest. So you see what we're talking about. And that just changed the equation. What do I mean by that? From at that point, it's no longer retail that we do, where we go and look for who has land. Those people have exposure for government to what? To government. All you just be seeing on radio, details as now partner with the state government to build 5,000 housing units. A partner with Kineko. Because the top expatriate professional is not even seen. The perception is not even like a Nigerian company. Because the people running it are not even Nigerians. That's another level. But you can't get there, ladies and gentlemen, in your 2 years of doing real estate. In your 3 years, in your 4 years. It takes a while to grow deeper. Am I making sense at all? It takes a while. That we watch out in December will be on New York Times, Bloomberg, Forbes. Okay, to the next level. Right? But we spent these last 6 years to what? Gain roots. Because what many people do in business is to quickly go and make noise when you have not gone deeper. Gain roots. Does that make sense at all? And then you just want to quickly rush. It doesn't help. No. Even the security aspect of making sure your land, they cannot just play any game for you. It takes years. You know how many years it took us before we could have someone like Michael Kiro on our board? Who now handle a retired IG handling security. Now, will you lose any land? Omonila will collect your land. That you want to die yourself. But it took years. Because those kind of people will not come on your board because of money. I don't know how you understand what I'm saying. They will have to, because they all their life built a reputation. Retire as an IG of police. One small boy will not spoil the whole thing for them. No. And it took years, it will take years for you to convince them that you are what? You are real. Does it make sense at all? Another thing I noticed he did that was wrong. The lowest form of marketing is to use price. The lowest. In other words, the proof that you are not a good marketer or a good salesperson is to try and be talking discount. Discount is the lowest strategy in the school of sales. Can I say that again? Discount is what? Is the lowest strategy in the school of sales. In fact, customer centric is even higher, way higher. When you build a company that you create an atmosphere where customers just feel special. We have a new product we test run last year, and we're taking to the next level. Where any of our clients from diaspora, when they are coming to Nigeria, they are entitled at least once a year for escorts, both police escort and chauffeur from the airport. We pick you up, we drop you at your hotel. That's because you are our client. Layer, for example, you see people buy RAM. Is a normal thing. You're a customer, we didn't promise you, but we send the RAM to you. That's normal. Not that it means for you. You already have bought. I don't know whether you understand. But an additional service. On your birthday, you receive a call. You send a gift anywhere in the world. That's even better than, come and buy. We'll give you 10%. I'm not saying you don't do it. You do it, but it's the lowest. Unfortunately, most of you brokers, that's your number one strategy. The only strategy, sir. Come and buy from them. They have 20% discount. They have 50%. No, it's the lowest. So don't say, the pen is cheap as the reason. Give me the benefits. What are the benefits of this pen? How will I even become richer because I have this pen? Next. Build a good network. Build a what? Come on, everybody, talk to me. Can you come and increase this AC? It's too cold. Many of them can't talk. Right? Anyway, a copy of my latest book. If there's one powerful thing you will go home with the billionaire habits, is actually how to have billionaire friends. It's one of the key things I shared there. And I can tell you that I've not seen any book in the world that teaches you. And it's the biggest problem. Because show me your friend, I will tell you how much you have in the next 5 years. Just show me your friend. For example, how many of you have at least 10 billionaires that you can call now and they pick your call? They are your friends. Well, if you don't have that, nobody's raising their hands up. Then you have to start that journey. So that's how to come out of poverty. That's how to what? Yes. Just have rich friends. That's how to come. People always think that wealth is a function of many things people say. But actually, its first secret is that you are even in the midst of rich people. That's the first thing. How many of you know a man called M.K. Abiola? Most people don't know how he became rich. Right? He was working in a company that was majorly doing projects for the federal government of Nigeria. It's an international company. Right? And the federal government was owing them. And he had a lot of friends. He treated guys in the military, treated them very well. Right? And they now promoted him to a position. In a few months, he got back most of them. Please, can you, the AC, can switch it off, you don't mind. It's too much. And this place wasn't this cold. I think they just did some renovation. Because of lesser participants. I think aside that, it wasn't like this last time. I think they've done some renovation. Because even the sound, we don't used to use their sound, they used to be terrible, but I think it's not bad. So, and that was it. They promoted him. In a few months, he got most of their billions back. True story of how Abiola became rich. When the company realized that, they said they were making the country director, blah, 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 blah. They increased his salary. And you know what he did? He tendered his resignation. They were shocked. They had to come and start begging. He said, I can get you more. Where it came. I want to be a shareholder. Any of you will not say that. Give me my commission. I see commission, share, waiting. Then make me a shareholder. He said, all your money, I'll get you out. But I want to be a shareholder. He said, no problem. Well, I'm an equity. He went to raise the money. That's how he co-owned the company. The rest is history. But where did he start from? Having powerful friends in government. I don't know whether you understand. Also working with a multi-billion-dollar company as